Part 2 it's told us a couple of things. It's told us the x and x squared coefficients when this is expanded. So we've already worked out the expansion for this from part 1. So if we then go ahead and say we're going to expand this, then we can work out A and B, because we know the x coefficient is 1, so let's write that down. The x coefficient is 1, so what x terms will we get? Well, we will get a 1 times this minus 4a, and we'll get a b times this 1. That will be the x terms from this expansion. And also the x squared, which they've told us is minus 2, we can get x squareds from doing bx times minus 4ax, so minus 4ab, or by doing the 1 times the 10a squared x squared. So that is true as well. So this is now just a case of solving these simultaneous equations. They're not the nicest simultaneous equations in the world, but they're not the worst either. I can quite quickly or quite easily say that this is the same as saying that b equals 4a plus 1. And I can then go ahead and put that b into here for the b. So minus 2 equals minus 4a times 4a plus 1 plus 10a squared. If I expand those brackets, I'm going to have minus 16a squared minus 4a plus 10a squared. So that is minus 2 equals minus 6a squared minus 4a. And if I move everything to this side, I'm going to have 6a squared plus 4a, take away 2, equals 0. Notice I can halve everything, which will make things a little bit easier when it comes to factorising this. Because then it's got to be a 3a and an a. It's got to be a 1 and a 1. How will we make a positive 2? We'll make a positive 2 if this is positive, this 3a times 1 is positive, and this is negative. So a is either a third or a is negative 1. Which one is it? Well, it tells us that a is positive. So a is definitely a third. So once we've got what a is, we can go back and work out what b is. B is 4a plus 1. So that's 4 thirds plus an extra 3 thirds. So that's going to be 7 thirds for B.